Okay, so what is leaky gut? So, forgive the simplicity of this slide. This is a slide that I use when I'm giving presentations on this topic to a lay audience. But I actually was thinking about it as I was preparing. I actually love the simplicity of it. So sometimes we can get lost in details, and we're going to get into a little bit more detailed image in a second on the next slide. But in short, this is really what we're talking about. So, what is leaky gut? I think the term leaky gut is something that you see primarily in the lay media, right? You'll probably have heard it from your patients. Maybe they're following a Dr. Weil blog or something like that, and they're coming in and they want to ask you all about leaky gut. Do I have leaky gut, etc.? But interestingly, the phrase itself has actually made its way into the medical literature as well. You can actually see it often on PubMed, on article titles now as well. So it's definitely crossed over there. But the more formal term for what we're talking about is intestinal hyperpermeability. So you'll sometimes hear people call it intestinal permeability. So probably this is what they mean by that, but obviously the intestines are supposed to be permeable, right? Like we need to get nutrients through from the lumen to inside the bloodstream eventually. And so, the idea is that of course the intestines are permeable. The issue here is that this highly complicated, highly regulated, and fascinating and barely understood processes that are involved in this selective permeability breaks down in a way in this condition, I guess we would call it, and we call that hyperpermeability or leaky gut. And at core, what we're really talking about is that basically too many particles, too many large particles, too many immunogenic particles are making their way from the lumen of the intestine and crossing over into what we used to call sacred space of the body, where the immune system is waiting, and basically it flips out, right? So it sees particles that are too big, that it's not used to seeing. It flips out, causes massive inflammation, sends out cytokines like crazy, and you start to get localized. And if the insult is long enough, you begin to even see systemic inflammation. And we believe that the majority of symptoms from this derive from this inflammatory process.